It's early evening, immediately after the close of our last episode, when Suzanne Barkley gave up, surrendered to her fear of the man called Gus. When Perry Mason questioned her, the terrified girl made a pitiful pretense of having lost her memory. Doggedly kept up her pretense despite Mason's efforts to change her. Now, in the Barkley mansion... Della?
Mrs. Barkley and I just put her to bed, Chief. She's still crying.
And?
She still says she can't remember.
Oh.
Perry, I know she's lying, but she's pitiful, and I can't help feeling sorry for her.
Yes, I know.
Is the doctor coming?
Physician is on his way. The psychiatrist will see him in the morning.
Oh, well, here's the district attorney.
What's going on here, Mason? Harrison said you tried to question Miss Barkley.
I did?
But she refused again to cooperate. Well, I won't waste time now. Where is she?
Her mother and I just put her to bed, Mr. Abt.
Bed? Now? Mason, you know I'm going to question that girl.
Not now.
Oh, won't I? This is a warrant for her arrest as a material witness. She'll talk when I take her to headquarters.
That is not the way to handle it.
I suppose your way is better? You didn't get results, Mason. She refused again to identify Gus.
Yes. But this time with a difference. Sue Barkley claims that she has lost her memory.
What?
She says she doesn't remember her past life.
It's ridiculous. She's lying. Isn't she lying, Mason?
I think she is, but not for a ridiculous reason.
Well, I refuse to wait any longer. Miss Street, you will please inform Miss Barkley she's to put on her clothes and come here immediately. Oh, very well. I'll send for a guard.
Wait.
Why?
Because I've something to tell you.
And why should I listen to you, Mason?
Because you didn't see the girl. I did.
She in bad shape?
Yes.
All right. I'll talk to her before taking her in.
Leave her alone, Abt.
Leave her alone? Is that your advice as a medical man, Mr. Mason?
Abt.
I'll use my own judgment, thanks.
Your judgment as a medical man? Oh, I wasted the doctor's time, Della.
Doctor? What doctor?
Why, since I'm not a psychiatrist, I called on one for advice.
You did?
Yes, you see, I'm aware that I don't know everything, Mr. Abt. Mr. Abt, have you ever seen a human mind crack up? Yes, of course you have. Suzanne is only pretending she lost her memory. But I feel it won't take much to tip her over the ragged edge of real lunacy. You've seen it happen. If one more ounce of pressure is brought to bear on... Well, I'm no expert, Mr. Abt, so I called the psychiatrist and repeated what I observed. And the psychiatrist says the girl is to be let alone for a few hours, and under no circumstances is she to be questioned. Now, here is the psychiatrist's name. Perhaps you recognize it.
Yes.
And the phone number. Suppose you call and give the psychiatrist the benefit of your advice.
All right, Mason. You've got your way.
Oh, my way. You think I like this? The man responsible for Suzanne Barkley's condition is walking around free, and we can't touch him. Not yet. Since we have to wait, we'll wait.
Nobody likes it but the man called Gus.
Just the same, Mason, I don't intend to vacate this warrant.
Okay, Abt, okay. Now, excuse me, will you? I have things to do. As you well know, Gus is August Jansen. A few moments ago, Gus Jansen let Kate Beekman out of his car a block from the Beekman home. Now, as Kate starts into the apartment building...
Hello, Katie.
Oh, Pa, I didn't see you.
You almost ran over me.
Aren't you going inside, Pa?
Yeah, in a minute. Sit down by me on the steps for a minute.
Oh, you want to talk?
Sure, I want to. Remember me, kid? I'm your father. I know you haven't seen me the last couple of months.
I've seen you, Pa.
Yeah, in passing. You're always going to work when I come home, vice versa.
Oh, Pa.
How come you're not working tonight, baby?
Oh, I got the evening off, and I went out to dinner.
Yeah. Katie, I'm not real sure, but I thought I saw you get out of a flashy car a minute ago over in the corner of Myrtle and Adams. I wasn't sure it was you.
It was Gus let me out a block away because he's late.
Gus. The fella took you to dinner.
Yes.
He's got a real flashy car. Who is he, baby?
Gus Jansen. He has part interest in the nightclub.
Yeah. Is he an older fella?
No, he's young and, well, real young to be so successful. And he's nice, Pa. He's polite and nice-looking.
I think your mother told me about him.
She doesn't know about him.
That's what I mean. Why don't you bring him home, baby?
Oh, no reason. It just hasn't been convenient. You know how things are sometimes.
How do you like your job now, Kitty? See, I've got a reason for asking. Do you know where I've been, Kitty? House hunting.
House hunting?
Yeah, it's a secret. I wanted to surprise your mother. Katie, I'm going to make enough money to move out of town a ways and buy a house. Nothing fancy, but a house big enough for you and your mother and sister and Tim.
Oh, Pa.
Yeah, kid, yeah. We're going to bring your brother and sister home.
Oh, I'm so glad, Pa.
Yeah, it'll mean a lot to
To all of us.
Especially your mother.
Oh, yes.
Ord hasn't talked about missing him. She didn't have to talk. That dream is coming true, Katie. Mr. Nicholas has given me the title General Manager.
Pa.
General Manager of the Nicholas Importing. I've got the authority and the title.
And the money.
Yeah, but that's not the important thing.
What?
Oh, the dough is important. Sure it is, but... Well, the title and authority means, well, pride, self-respect. Money doesn't buy self-respect, baby.
What are you saying, Pa?
Honey, I'm saying dough is fine if everything else is okay.
If you're saying Gus Jansen
I
isn't
don't
okay...
know, baby. Maybe he is. But there's some reason you don't want us to meet him.
But there isn't. It hasn't
All
been
right.
convenient.
Okay.
Really, Pa, he's just as nice as he
let's
can
leave
be.
Mr. Jansen out of it.
Out of what?
I want you to quit your job in the nightclub.
Pa.
Now, wait a minute. When you got the job, you said we needed dough. Your ma and I had a dozen reasons why we didn't want you to work there, but there was that one big reason you had. We needed dough. Okay. Mother and I couldn't argue because we did need dough. We don't need it now, kid. Look, don't make up your mind now. Just think about it. You have thought about it. All right, be smart, kid. You got the job in the nightclub. You've had the experience. Okay, now get out of it. We don't need the dough now. Look, I talked to you out here so your mother wouldn't know. She wants you to quit.
She hasn't
She
said...
don't have to say. You know she don't. Now, you think about it, kid.
I will.
You promise.
Cross my heart.
Thanks, baby.
Meanwhile, in the palatial residence of J.T. Doherty, crime boss...
You'll have to excuse me, my dear. Now, don't pout. I'll be gone only a moment. I'll hurry. Yes? Oh, yes, August. I want to see you Monday at 9 o'clock in my office. No, I'll tell you then. I'm having a business conference this weekend. Oh? Did you take Miss Beekman home? Making progress? Good, very good. Our business Monday concerns Miss Beekman and Perry Mason. I'll tell you when I see you. I've got to get back to my conference. Good night, August.
Well, what do you think J.T. has in mind for Perry Mason? And how does this affect Kate Beekman? There'll be important and exciting developments in the immediate future. So by all means, join us on Monday, won't you? 9 in the morning, as a famous psychiatrist accompanies Perry Mason to the Barclay mansion, where in a few moments, we'll hear the doctor talk to Suzanne Barclay in an effort to learn if the terrified girl has lost her memory, or if, as Perry Mason suspects, she's only pretending. First, in a huge new office building owned by J.T. Doherty, boss of the crime syndicate. J.T. finishes dictating to his secretary.
Convert all assets to cash and deposit all funds in branch bank G. Yep. Oh, send him in. All right, Dorothy, send the same message to Raymond in Denver, to George and Tony in Chicago. No, hello, August.
Good morning, J.T.
Also send it to Marie in Detroit and Philippe in New Orleans. I'll speak to the others personally. You got all that?
Yes, sir.
Shoot them out by teletype, and don't disturb me for a few minutes.
Say, J.T., I want to replace that guy in New Orleans.
Never mind it now.
Well, he's getting careless. I want to ease him out.
He's out.
Huh?
Philippe is out. So are Clayton, Tony, George, Raymond, and Marie. We're going to stop one part of the operation. We're going out of the stolen car business for the time being.
Why? It's running smooth.
Yes?
We're raking in money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Why hack it in now, J.T.?
Because the big fella says to. Is that good enough?
Why, whatever you say is good enough for me. I take orders from you.
And I take them from the big fella. The big fella's a brilliant man, August. He's smart enough to recognize another smart man. I refer to Perry Mason.
Is the big fellow afraid of Mason?
Afraid? No. Cautious and prudent? Yes, very. Perry Mason was brought into the picture by Suzanne Barkley, his uncle. Her uncle wanted two things. First, he wanted Suzanne home safe and sound. She's home. Second, he wanted to reduce the number of cars stolen. All right. We'll stop operating.
Just give Wallace what he wants?
Uh-huh. He brought Mason in to get something. We'll see he gets what he wants, and he'll take Mason out again.
Maybe.
Well, that's worth trying.
Look, J.T., it's a long way round, but why not stop Mason cold? Just leave it to me.
No, we'd only stir up a hornet's nest. Need I remind you Suzanne Barkley is alive?
So what? She's lost her brains.
She's pretending.
Same thing.
Not quite. No, August, this way is better. We'll devote our efforts to the other irons in our fire. Now, I want a straight answer from you. What about you and Kate Beekman?
Well, I told you.
Tell me again. And tell me straight.
Well, I'm doing swell. I've taken her to dinner. I'm teaching her to drive.
Kate Beekman ready to get a driver's license?
Well, not yet, but...
Good, very good. Have her apply for a driver's license immediately.
She can't pass the driver's test.
I want her failure on record. Have her apply for the license in a day or so. You'll frame her accident right away.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Now be quiet. Listen. I want Kate Beekman charged with driving without a license. Drunk driving. Causing an accident. And leaving the scene of the accident. That's drunken driving, hit and run, and illegal.
Let me tell you something, will you? In the first place, Kate Beekman doesn't drink. Not a drop.
You can arrange it.
Well, I've still got trouble. Kate can't pass the driver's test, and she knows she can't. She won't even try.
I asked how you're coming with it.
Well, I'm doing great.
And I asked for a straight answer.
I gave it to her.
Then there's no problem. She'll do what you ask, if you told the truth.
I did, J.T., but the fact remains...
We'll see. Ask her now. Give me an outside line. Here's the phone, August. Or do you want to plan what you'll say?
No, I'll do it cold.
I'm going to listen on the extension.
Hello?
Kate? Gus Jansen.
Gus, how are you?
How are you, Katie? Yeah, I hope I didn't wake you up.
Oh, no, I've been up for a long time. We're going to my father's office.
Oh?
They put his name and title on his office door. He's general manager of Nicholas Importing Company now.
Yes, I know. You told me.
Pa wants Ma and me to see his office. He's so proud of it.
I'm sure you are proud of him.
Oh, yes.
And eager to see the new office. But, look, can you talk to me a second?
Yes, of course.
How'd you like to take your driver's test tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Well, I can't pass the test.
Oh, you aren't positive? Maybe you can.
But I asked you, and you said I wasn't ready. You said I needed more lessons and experience.
Well, yes, I did say that, but, well, I've been thinking. You're the only member of your family who can drive.
I haven't learned yet.
Well, almost. And your father will want his family to have a car since he's been promoted.
Well, if you think I should.
Yes, I do. Look, I'll set a time when I can see you this evening, okay?
Okay. Bye, Gus.
I'll see you, Kate.
I'm very happy about your father.
Yeah, you handled her very nicely, my boy. Now see that you make the frame so tight she can't wiggle out.
Meanwhile, inside the Barkley mansion, Della Street leaves Suzanne Barkley's room. Della,
She's all dressed, Chief. She knows Dr. Sloan is going to see her.
would she talk to you?
No, she wouldn't say a word.
Doctor?
Well, I must talk to her, Mr. Mason, if I'm to diagnose her mental condition. Now, please take me to her.
Yes, of course.
There she is, Doctor, sitting by the window. Lovely girl.
Suzanne. Suzanne, listen to me. This is Dr. Sloan.
Hello, Suzanne.
Suzanne, Dr. Sloan would like to talk to you. But I want you to be absolutely certain she is not here to spy on you. She's here to help you. Oh, please talk to me. I promise you she will not repeat a thing you don't want her to. Suzanne. We'll leave you alone with her, Doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Mason is a fine man, my dear. You can trust his word. What we say here will never be repeated without your consent. And I promise you that we won't talk about unpleasant things. We won't talk about the man known as Gus. I won't ask you to tell me who he is. That's the last time I'll mention his name to you. All right? I noticed the photograph of you riding a horse. He's a handsome animal. Is he yours? I used to ride when I was a girl. We lived on a ranch in Montana. Do you mind if I take the picture off the wall? I'd like to examine it more closely. Oh, you're using an English saddle. We always used a heavy Western saddle with a saddle horn for the calf rope. And this is a hunting bridle, isn't it? Oh, my dear. My dear, how troubled you are. Won't you talk to me? It always helps to talk. Please look at me, Suzanne. Please. Please go to her in the street. Yes, of course.
Can you tell me, Doctor?
She won't speak to me.
I'm afraid of that.
Mr. Mason, you understand I cannot give a considered professional opinion. As of now, I agree with your opinion. I think she's only pretending a loss of memory. I'll make it stronger than that. I believe she remembers only too well. What did that man do to her? Of course, you don't know. But she remembers. She's terrified. I can tell you this, Mr. Mason. I think she's sane now.
But her mind could snap.
The human mind can reach a breaking point. I believe she's close to hers.
And?
She'll have to have treatment, rest, reassurance. Above all, reassurance.
But do you think that eventually...
Oh, by all means, in time. Time is still the greatest healer. Is there time?
I hope so. Oh, here's Suzanne's mother. Take a moment to explain what you suspect, Doctor.
Oh, yes, of course.
Mrs. Barkley, Dr. Sloan spoke to Suzanne. Well, there is no time. Not one extra second. Because a storm of excitement and tragedy and peril is about to burst upon the lives of innocent people. We'll hear an exciting and unexpected development tomorrow. So by all means, join us, won't you? It's 3 in the afternoon. A day or so after the close of our last episode,
Officer Perry Mason. Harry! Huh? Of course it's me. Who'd you think, Marilyn Monroe? Oh, Harry, I do not. 5:30?
Gertie, come to Miss Mason.
office.
I'd love to, honey. Della, I didn't know you were back.
Well, I am, honey. Tell Harry goodbye and come to Mr. Mason's office.
Oh, sure, Della. Goodbye, Harry. See you at 5:30. Watch the switchboard for me, Hazel.
Yes. Yes, Elvis. All right. Okay, keep an eye on him. You want something, Gertie?
Della sent for me.
Here's a list of phone calls, Chief.
Meriwether, Benefactor Steve Onades from the DA's office. Della. Mr. Donald Wallace. What about it?
Gertie made a little mark by Mr. Wallace's name.
I always do that when there's something special about a phone call.
I thought Gertie should tell you herself, Chief.
All right, Gertie.
Well, Mr. Wallace is the uncle of that girl who disappeared and you found her, only she's lost her memory.
You mean Suzanne Barkley?
Oh, thanks.
I mean, that's why I was interested when Mr. Wallace phoned you.
Well, what did he say, Gertie?
He said he mailed you a letter, but he's changed his mind. Mr. Wallace said he didn't feel right about just sending you the letter. He wants to tell you personally. So he asked you not to open his letter until he can come here and talk to you.
Did he say what was in the letter?
No, sir. But he sounded funny.
Worried?
No. More like he's ashamed. I think he's awful sorry he mailed the letter, Mr. Mason.
Well, when did he mail it?
Oh, it's here already. It came this afternoon, special delivery.
Where is it, Gertie?
I put it on your desk, Della.
Oh, yes, here it is, Chief.
Yes, well, thank you, but Wallace asked us to wait.
Well, I'll give him an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Gertie, put the letter in Mr. Wallace's file, please.
Okay, but you better lock it.
Why?
Mr. Wallace said the letter's important. Della, how is Suzanne Barkley?
We think she'll be all right, Gertie.
Well, has she really lost her memory, Della?
No, she's pretending.
But why?
Suzanne's afraid. Afraid for herself and for her mother.
Oh, afraid of Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she'll get over it.
You think so?
Why, sure. You just can't stay scared forever. I'll bet she snaps out of it soon.
Well, we hope so, Gertie, if there's time to wait.
Yeah. I'll put Mr. Wallace's letter in his file, Della. I wonder what's in it.
I wonder myself. Get me a line to his office, will you, Gertie?
Normally, there might be time to wait for Suzanne Barkley to regain her courage. But we are about to hear the start of a short, explosive chain of events. Gordon Webber is on the point of making a discovery which may result in a violent and immediate outburst of passion and destruction. Gordy has no idea he's about to participate in the exciting events of his life. In fact, as Gordy enters the office of crime boss J.T. Doherty, Gordy feels disheartened and discouraged. But being Gordy, he keeps his chin up and his shoulders back. He smiles bravely at J.T.'s secretary. And as he enters J.T.'s office...
Hiya, J.T. Hey, you're looking great.
Gordon.
I hope you're feeling as good as you look, J.T. You're really looking great.
I'll give you 5 minutes, Gordy. I wouldn't have given you that if you hadn't said it's important.
Oh, it's important, but what I got to ask will only take a second.
Good. I'm busy.
Yeah, well, sure, but you said I can have 5 minutes. First, I want to show you something.
What?
Oh, wait till you see it, J.T. Just wait. I'll unwrap it for you. There.
What is it?
Candy. That special candy you're nuts about. It's the very same kind Gus Jansen gave you, remember? You remember when Gus gave you some of it? I happen to remember the kind, so, well, I brought you some. You've been too busy to see me the last couple of weeks, but I want you to know I'm thinking about you, J.D.
Yeah. What do you want? Well, speak up, Gordy. I'm going to receive an important phone call in less than 5 minutes.
I want to go away, J.T.
Go away? Where?
Oh, out west, down south, Mexico, maybe.
Why?
Look, J.T., last year, when Gus Jansen got himself all loused up, you let him go away. You let him go away and get on his feet before something blew up. The way he was going, something was going to blow up, so you let him go. But, J.T., if I don't get out of here, something's going to let go. Something's going to happen.
So, it's the girl, Kate Beekman.
Yeah.
Look, it ain't easy for me to say this. She's driving me nuts. Every time I see her, I start shaking inside. And every time I see her with Gus Jansen, I start shaking so you could see it. I gotta get out before I blow higher than a kite. I'm telling you, J.T., something's gonna happen.
You're all wrong, Gordy.
You think I'm kidding? You think I could say what I've been saying without meaning it? J.T., I'm asking you.
Gordon, you won't be seeing Kate Beekman much longer. August is going to frame her automobile accident immediately.
Why so soon?
2 reasons. First, her father is now general manager of Nicholas Importing Company.
What about it?
Ed Beekman controls company policy. I'll control the company when I control him. And I will.
When you frame Kate in the accident?
Of course.
All right, but what's the hurry?
The big fella is going to get out of the stolen car business for the time being.
You're kidding.
The big fella never jokes, Gordy. We'll suspend operations until the heat is off. Meanwhile, the big fella has other plans.
Well, look, J.T., you can still let me go away. Especially now. You don't need me.
I need you because when the heat is off, we'll go back to the stolen car business. Meanwhile, I need someone to act as caretaker for the organization. Now, you'll continue to manage the nightclub as a nightclub until further notice.
But, J.T.
Don't argue with me, Gordy, and get out of here.
All right, I won't argue, but will you think about what I ask you? Think about letting me go away.
All right, Gordy, now get out of here. The big fella's going to phone me, and he... What are you thinking, Gordon?
Huh?
You had a peculiar expression on your face.
Well, I got a peculiar face. Well, you really want to know, huh? Well, I was thinking what a lucky guy you are, J.T. You're the big fella's right-hand man.
Yeah, you think so, Gordy. Don't envy me, Gordy. I work with the big fella, that's true, but you know what I am, Gordy? I'm a cat's paw.
Huh?
If things go wrong, the big fella will use me to pull his chestnuts out of the fire. And if there's ever bad trouble, I'll have to take the rap for him. That's why the big fella never lets anyone see him.
You mean he'd throw you to the wolves?
I'm his insurance policy.
You're his fall guy. Well, he's a smart operator.
Very. Hello. Hello, big fella. How are you, sir? You're feeling well, I hope? Go away, Gordy. Excuse me, sir. No, go out the other way. Just a moment, please, big fella. I was talking to one of the boys. He's just leaving now, sir.
Oh, I forgot to leave the box of candy. Well, I'll just leave it inside J.T.'s door.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm warning you, big fella. Follow my orders or I'll give you another lesson.
What?
You want me to give you another lesson?
J.T.'s talking like he owns the guy.
Well, big fella. Yeah, that's better. That's very much better. But I'm warning you. Watch your step or I'll cut you down now. I'll throw you to the wolves, big fella. Big fella. You make me laugh, you stumped trick.
Yeah, that makes me laugh, too. J.T. is the big fella. The guy he calls the big fella's only J.T.'s stooge. Okay, I warned J.T. I told him something would happen if he didn't let me go away. Okay, now I know his secret. Something will happen. Only not exactly what I expected or J.T. expected. Yeah, now I know where to look. I'm going to get behind it, and then I'll beat him over the head with it. So long, big fella.
J.T. Doherty has taken elaborate measures to protect his own safety. But now, Gordy has learned his secret. You'll join us tomorrow, won't you? It's late afternoon, the day following the close of our last episode, when Gordon Weber made a shocking and critical discovery. Gordy learned the secret key to J.T. Doherty's personal safety. And in just a few minutes, we'll hear a direct result of what he learned. First, for another important development,
Yes, Gertie? Oh, Suzanne Barclay's uncle is here, Chief.
Oh, send him in, Bill.
All right, Gertie.
Oh, hello, Mr. Mason, Miss Street.
Is that Mr. Wallace?
Sit down, Wallace.
Mr. Mason, I owe you many thanks. I'll never forget you restored Suzanne to her mother and me.
Has she been taken to the sanatorium?
This morning, I followed your suggestion and retained the Drake Detective Agency to protect Suzanne. But we've something else to discuss now. I sent you a letter. It came.
Would you get Mr. Wallace's letter down?
Mr. Mason, I knew I'd made a mistake as soon as I mailed that letter. You have the right to hear the facts and the figures from me.
Give it to Mr. Wallace.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, you didn't open it.
Well, you sent word asking me not to.
Oh, yes. Here, open it now, Mr. Mason.
All right. 2 certified checks.
1 check in the amount agreed upon when you undertook to investigate the auto theft syndicate. The second check in an equal amount is for your achievement in locating Suzanne. There is also a message to you. I can quote it word for word. Dear Mr. Mason, enclose please find a certified check in the amount agreed upon when you began certain investigations for the insurance companies I represent. As of the date of this letter, you will consider your activities on our behalf at the end. With fondest expressions of my own personal regards and gratitude, I am very truly yours, Donald Wallace, Chairman of the Board, National Indemnity Company. That seems to cover it.
It doesn't begin to.
I think it does. I do have some recent figures.
Figures showing the drop in auto thefts during the past week?
Yes.
I've seen them.
Oh, then you know what they mean. The syndicate is out of business.
For a few days.
I find it highly significant, Mason. They quit operating almost as soon as my niece came out of hiding.
Which means they're worried.
Of course. We did what we started out to do.
What?
We got what we want. Reduced the number of auto thefts by a staggering percentage.
We've done only half the job. Do I understand you want to call off the investigation?
What?
We haven't nailed not one of the key syndicate members. Now, maybe we have them on the run. But if we have, this is no time to quit fighting.
My primary concern is not the punishment of criminals, Mr. Mason. My problem is solved. Largely through your efforts, I'm certain.
Just a minute.
Yes?
You aren't being fair to her.
Are you referring to my niece?
You know that I am. This won't make her safe.
Yep. What do you mean?
Suzanne could identify a key member of the syndicate. You feel she won't have to identify him if you call off the investigation. But it won't guarantee her safety.
I think it will. I feel I'm absolutely justified. We've no reason for continuing the investigation.
Mr. Wallace.
You can't change my mind, Mr. Mason. I have called it off, and that's final. My niece will remain in the sanitarium until such time as she's regained her mental and her physical health. Meanwhile, the man whom she might possibly identify will see she has no intention of identifying him. He will realize Suzanne is not a threat to him. And in time, he'll understand he has no reason for trying to silence her. It'd be foolish to risk it.
Wallace, you are an insurance man. You're familiar with fine print.
Aye?
You're skipping some very important fine print. We haven't stopped the syndicate.
The figures prove we have.
They have quit stealing cars for a while, but they made the decision. Don't kid yourself that we stopped them. The only way to stop them is to root them out.
Mr. Mason, I've made up my mind, and you've no choice. The investigation's called off. I'm sorry, really sorry, we had to disagree. But my being sorry doesn't change it.
We still disagree, if that's what you mean.
I do wish you'd try to understand, Mason.
I do understand. You'll do anything to protect Suzanne. I can't change your mind, Wallace. But take a word of advice for Suzanne's own good. Take Paul Drake into your confidence. Tell him that you have stopped the investigation in an effort to ensure Suzanne's safety.
Why?
Because Drake will agree with me that it's wrong to take the pressure off Gus and the rest of them. Mr. Drake will see that you are giving them extra time. He will put extra men on duty guarding Suzanne.
Thanks for the advice, Mason, and thanks again for all you've done. Don't bother showing me out.
How about a steak at Blake's this evening, Della?
What? Did you say steak?
Mm-hmm. You want one?
Oh, always. What about Mr. Wallace and the investigation?
What about?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Ha ha. Shall I deposit Mr. Wallace's checks?
Well, no, not until I've earned them.
He thinks you have.
Well, Suzanne is out of hiding, but she is not restored to safety. And the syndicate is lying low. But we haven't stopped them for good and all, so...
I know you, Perry Mason. You want to finish a fight once you start it. I knew you wouldn't quit.
Well, unknown to Perry Mason, a storm of violence is building up inside the syndicate. J.T. Doherty, boss of the syndicate, has elaborate secret plans for preserving his own safety. But as you know, Gordy Weber discovered J.T.'s jealously guarded secret. So now Gordy, who felt defeated, can barely hide his sense of hidden power. Now the old bounce is in Gordy's step, the old glitter in his eye, as in the nightclub headquarters of the syndicate.
Kate! Hey, Kate Beekman, wait a minute.
Oh, Mr. Weber.
How you doing, Katie?
I want to see you, Mr. Weber.
Well, what do you know? I want to see you, too. We'll go in my office.
No, this is all right.
We'll go in my office where nobody will interrupt us. Well, how's the great Mr. Jansen?
What?
Oh, Katie, you know who I mean by the great Mr. Jansen.
I don't want to talk to you about Mr. Jansen.
Well, you don't say. Well, you come right in my office and tell me what it is, huh? Have a seat. Can I fix you something?
No, thank you.
Now, let's see. You don't want to talk about Mr. Jansen. Any special reason?
I don't mind talking about Gus. He's been very nice to me, but I want to see you on business, Mr. Weber.
Katie, what do you want? A raise? How much do you want? All you have to do is tell me.
I'm giving notice, Mr. Weber.
Huh?
I'm giving you a week's notice.
You gonna quit?
Yes. You can easily find another assistant for Mr.
Now, wait a minute. How come you want to quit?
Well, I really don't see what difference it makes.
I ask you, now tell me.
All right, Mr. Weber. My mother and father have never liked me working here. Now my father has a promotion, and I think we're going to move to the suburbs.
Just tell me one thing. You ever tell Pop I manage this joint?
No. It would hurt him if he learned.
You didn't tell him?
No.
Well, you kept it a secret, huh? You keep working, too.
What?
You keep working. Or I'll tell Pop the secret.
You wouldn't.
Yeah?
Yes, you would. You're mean and little enough to do it.
Those names don't hurt me, kid. But it'll hurt your old man if he finds out you've been working for me, his old cellmate. You don't quit, I won't tell him. I don't tell him, he don't get hurt, and we keep the secret. That's the great thing about secrets, kid. People do what you say when you got secrets, and I'm a guy with lots of secrets. I know secrets about the big guy.
Gus Jansen?
Yeah, I know. I got plenty on him. I could tell you secrets on him that'd make your hair stand up. But I know a secret about somebody bigger than him, baby.
Who?
The biggest guy of all. The guy who... Never mind that. I know what I know, and that's my business. Forget what I said, and forget about quitting your job. I like having you work here. And Katie, from here on out, I'm going to get what I want. Because I'm the guy with the secrets.
As you know, secrets can be powerful weapons. But secrets are dangerous, too. Gordy's secret means danger to Kate Beekman, to Suzanne Barkley, eventually to Perry Mason. Gordy's secret means immediately violent explosion. By all means, hear tomorrow's important development. It's early evening, shortly after the close of our last episode, when Kate Beekman tried to quit her job at the nightclub, only to have Gordy Weber threaten to expose Kate's secret to her father unless she keeps working for him. More of Kate Beekman in a few moments. First, in the neat, bare office of Police Lieutenant Halverson. The lieutenant, who's been cleaning out his desk, stops and...
Yeah. Oh, well, all right, send him in.
Lieutenant.
Miss Street.
Hello, Don.
Sit down, Mason. Or is this only a flying visit?
Well, we can perch for a moment, but only for a moment. Mr. Mason is taking me out to dinner.
Good for you. Would you like to join us, Alverson?
Thanks, but I've got things to do.
Well, I'll only take a moment. But we have some news that will interest you.
Yeah? I just got a little news myself, but...
Well, you go ahead, Mason.
Cigarette, Miss Street?
Yes, thanks.
Go ahead, Mason.
Suzanne Barclay's uncle just left my office.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Mr. Wallace gave me a certified check from the insurance companies, thanked me nicely for helping investigate the auto theft syndicate, and then told me to lay off.
Yeah?
Mr. Wallace doesn't want to investigate the stolen car syndicate any further.
Well, it figures.
What?
Well, the syndicate has stopped operations. That takes pressure off the insurance companies. Mr. Wallace is scared the syndicate will try to kill Suzanne before she identifies Gus, so he calls off the investigation. Passes the word he's no longer interested. And hopes that the syndicate will call it a standoff and leave his niece alone. Yeah, it figures.
You agree with Wallace?
Not exactly, Mason. Gus will never rest easy as long as Suzanne Barclay's alive. Wallace is only kidding himself. But since Mr. Wallace didn't ask me, I didn't tell him.
Mr. Mason did.
Well, did he listen to you, Mason?
No. He called me off.
Lieutenant.
Oh, just put the ashes on the floor, Miss Street.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe I can find you an ashtray in here somewhere. He knocked the ground out from under you, didn't he, Mason? Yeah, I found one. Here.
What do you mean, Don?
I say Wallace cut the ground out from you.
No.
No?
In a way, it gives us a break. Members of the syndicate will learn that the investigation is called off. They'll relax. But we'll keep digging.
Yeah, that figures, too. I should have known you won't give up.
Well, are you ready to?
But,
I don't think so. Now, we work together undercover. As a matter of fact...
Mason. I'm out.
Out?
I was cleaning my desk when you came in. I'm going to move.
Where?
I've been transferred to homicide. Oh, in a way, it's a promotion. If you don't mind, you can skip the congratulations.
Well,
I like it. I'm crazy about it. I applied for a transfer months ago. But why did it have to happen now?
You've got an idea?
Oh, it's on the up and up, Mason. It's harder to use influence inside the department than a lot of people think.
It has happened.
I know, but this is on the square. When I got word, I went to the captain and on up to the deputy commissioner, asking him to give me a little longer to finish this case.
And?
Well, those guys aren't dopes, of course. They know as well as you and I do that we only ran the syndicate underground. We didn't stop them. But they got to figure the public reaction. On the face of it, we reduced the number of auto thefts. So now we go on to something else. Just another way of saying that we quit fighting before we win.
Well, I counted on working with you, Don.
Well, maybe we'll get together on a murder case. I'll be glad to do anything I can to help, Mason.
Well, as a matter of fact, if you could, I would like to see your notes and files.
Sure. I'll get them all together if you really want them. Are you really going to keep doing it?
Oh, sure.
Well, Wallace has already paid you off. You probably won't make another cent out of the case, not even if you bust up the syndicate.
Maybe.
I'm going to tell you something, Miss Street. This fellow you work for... No, I'll tell you, Mason. What I mean to say is... Well, put it this way. I think you'd have made a pretty good cop. Maybe even a real good cop. A real one. You sit tight. I'll get my notes together for you.
Meanwhile, Gus Jansen, the mysterious Gus, who is a key member of the syndicate, enters the nightclub headquarters of the syndicate, starts to pass the entertainers' dressing rooms, when he sees a door open ahead of him, sees Kate Beekman step into the hall, start to walk away from him. Oh, Kate. Kate, didn't you hear me?
Oh, hello, Gus.
I'm just going to have dinner. Come with me?
No, thank you.
Kate, you aren't still feeling bad because you didn't get your driver's license.
Drive it? Oh, no, I wasn't even thinking of it. I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
There's something's wrong. Now, what is it?
I just talked to Gordy and I...
Yes? You talked to Gordy? Oh, tell me, Kate.
There's nothing.
Here, come back with me, Katie. I'm your friend. You can tell me. Now, you come in and tell me all about it.
I told Gordy I wanted to quit my job.
What did he say?
Well, my father knew Gordy a long time ago.
Yes,
and well, it would have hurt my father. It would hurt him terribly if he knew I'd been working for Gordy.
You haven't really been working for Gordy.
Gordy manages a nightclub. Gordy said that my father learned I've been working for her. Gus, I don't want that to happen. Don't you understand how it would hurt my father?
What? Oh, yes, of course, I see that. Look, tell me, Kate, how was Gordy?
How was he? Why, just like he always is. No, he wasn't. He was changed.
I thought so.
What?
I've seen him change. Gordy once got a funny idea about me.
Well, he did start to say something about you.
What?
A secret. He never said what it was. I thought he was only... Well, you know, I know he doesn't like it because you've been nice to him.
Did he tell you anything?
No, he just said he's got secrets.
Of course, he does have a secret about you, the fact you've been working for him.
No, he talked about other secrets.
About me?
Yes, but he hinted at others, bigger ones.
What?
He talked about a secret concerning someone else, somebody he called a big guy or the big fellow.
Big fellow?
Yes. I didn't know who he meant. Do you know Gus? Gus?
Huh? Oh, no, I don't. You know Gordy, Katie. He just talks. It doesn't mean anything. At least, well, it doesn't have to mean anything. It's odd, isn't it? Gordy telling you he has a secret about the big fellow?
Yes. But, Gus, I do want to quit my job. If Gordy tells my father...
Well, hello. Hi, Katie. What's the matter, Kate? Something bothering you?
Kate, that problem you mentioned, don't worry about it.
But...
Don't worry about it, and go ask Andre to fix us a table, huh? I'll join you in a moment. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Gus.
Oh, thank you, Gus.
How's the boy, Gordy?
How you doing, Gus? Hey, are you and JT all set to take over the important company Kate's old man works for?
We're thinking of...
Well, ain't that nice? You're not surprised as I know about the deal, doesn't it?
Well...
Don't be surprised, Gus. You know, if I were you, I'd get ready not to be surprised.
Would you, Gordy?
Yeah, because things are going to happen. They're going to happen fast, Gus. You could spend all your time being surprised if you don't get set.
That's a lot of talk doesn't mean anything, Gordy.
Oh, not now, Gus, but, well, I'll be seeing you, Gus.
Just a moment. Speaking of surprises, J.T. wants to talk to us in your office in a minute. Yeah. That's why I got rid of Kate. I have to get rid of her, Gordy. She wants to stay close to me all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but you know how it is when a girl falls for me, Gordy. It's a long fall.
Well, maybe she won't fall. Maybe...
Yes?
Nothing. Let's go see J.T.
No, he wants to see me first. I'll tell you when he's ready for you.
Okay, Gus. Oh, and Gus, while you're talking to him, private, I mean, while you're running me down.
Gordy, I'd never run you down.
Oh, I'm only kidding, Gus. While you're talking to him, ask him how's the big fella.
Gordy, J.T.'s boss is no concern of yours and mine.
I never said it was, Gus. I never said it was. I'll see you later, pal.
Yes, Gordy. We'll see you.
Long ago, Gus Jansen learned Gordy's weakness. Gordy's a guy who's got to talk. I can promise you what Gordy has just told Gus Jansen, plus what Kate Beekman told Jansen, is going to detonate an explosion in the lives of people we know and like. By all means, hear tomorrow's exciting and climatic development. It's early evening, shortly after the close of our last episode. As in the nightclub headquarters of J.T. Doherty's crime syndicate, Gordy Whipper stands at the bar in the cocktail lounge, smiles at his reflection in the mirror, thinks how he, Gordon Whipper, can take advantage of the secret he's learned about J.T. Yes, Gordy is making big plans for the power he feels J.T.'s secret has given him. And in a moment, we'll see just where Gordy's plans can lead him. First, far across the city in Blake's restaurant.
Mr. Mason, Miss Street.
Good evening, Leo. My table ready?
But, of course, Mr. Mason, this way, please.
Thank you.
Leo remembers us.
Well, why shouldn't he?
It's been so long since you took me to dinner. Does that answer your question?
Why, Della, I took you out to lunch right after we visited Sue Barkley this morning.
Hamburgers.
Very good hamburgers.
You won't get by with hamburgers tonight, Counselor.
Well, sir, we order now?
Oh, yes. We'll order right this minute.
Oh, wait.
Harry, I'm starved.
Oh, wait, Leo.
Yes, sir.
No, Paul Drake is at the next table. See them?
Oh, yes. Maybe she's a client of Paul's.
Yes, well, so am I. I left word for him to phone me later. I'd rather see him now and save time.
You want me to...
Yes, do it now, please.
And then can I have my steak?
Ella.
I'm going now, Mr. Mason.
Very cute. Good evening, Mr. Drake.
Oh, why, Miss Street. How are you, beautiful?
Beautiful is hungry, so would you mind stepping over to Mr. Mason's table for a minute?
No.
I'm hungry, Paul.
Yes. Excuse me a second, Lucy. Mrs. Morrison.
What's that?
Ask Perry.
Oh, sit down, Paul.
Yes, sure. What's on your mind?
Suzanne Barkley's uncle called it quits. The stolen car syndicate isn't operating, at least temporarily.
Oh, why quit when you got him on the ropes?
Well, Mr. Wallace is worried about his niece and his sister. He thinks the syndicate, particularly the member known as Gus, won't try to take revenge against Suzanne Barkley if we don't crowd them.
I think he's all wrong, Perry. And he's given me the job of protecting Suzanne and the sanitarium. What are you going to do? Go ahead?
Yes. But Lieutenant Halverson has been transferred to homicide. So we'll work with Halverson's assistant. But meanwhile, I want you to go over everything we have done so far.
Too bad that Suzanne Barkley won't talk.
She will, eventually. We can save time by getting another line.
I've got copies of Halverson's notes.
Okay, beautiful. When do you want to go over them, Perry?
I am not going to. You are. You are the detective.
Well, sure, but I thought you wanted help.
This is your job, Paul.
Oh, thanks.
And get started immediately.
Oh, thank you again. Got any suggestions?
Yes, one. A syndicate member named Pete Wolfen was killed just out of town.
Oh, I remember. Near the nightclub where Kate Beekman worked.
I would look closely at the circumstances of Wolfen's death, and I'd do it quickly.
Yeah. When do I report to you?
When, as, and if you find something. Monday?
Monday? Today is Friday.
What, you have all weekend to work. See you Monday, Paul. As you know, the nightclub where Kate Beekman works is headquarters of J.T. Doherty's crime syndicate. And now, in the nightclub, August Jansen glances in the cocktail lounge, sees Gordy Weber occupied at the bar. Now, Gus Jansen walks quickly to the manager's office.
J.T.? Did you lock that door, August?
Yeah.
I interrupted my dinner to come here, August. I was eating fresh young duck when you phoned me.
This is bigger than fresh duck. Oh, Andre, Mr. Weber is in the cocktail lounge. Will you ask him to step into the office, please? Ask him to come right away.
You going to tell me?
Yes. We need to see Gordy.
Yesterday and the day before, came to my office just before I spoke with the big fella. This trouble with Gordy?
Yeah.
You lost your head, August. You should know I like to be prepared before an interview.
I'm going to tell you.
It's only a step here from the cocktail lounge. You told Gordy to come here immediately.
He isn't here.
Yeah?
You notice he isn't here yet.
All right.
How was Gordy when you talked to him?
Downbeaten. He wanted to go away.
Go away?
You've been showing him up, and he doesn't know how to fight back. Well?
See him first, will you? Then I'll give you the rest of it.
All right.
He knows you're here, but you'll see how long it took him.
All right, I'm watching.
J.T.
Hello, Gordy.
Well, how's the boy, J.T.?
Hello, Gordy.
Excuse me, Jansen. I'm speaking to my good friend, J.T. Well, you're looking great, J.T. Just great.
You think so, Gordy?
Well, you don't look quite as good as you did, if you don't mind my saying so.
No, by all means, say what you think, my boy.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe you lost too much weight. You don't look as big as you did. Or maybe it's because I'm feeling bigger.
What?
I say maybe you look smaller because I'm bigger.
You're still a shrimp, Gordy.
Shut up, Gus. I'm speaking to J.T.
Gordy, have you been drinking?
Oh, a couple, yeah. Well, what's the word, J.T.? You got something on your mind, or you just making a routine check?
Oh, call it routine.
Don't you get tired of it, J.T.?
Yeah?
Don't it irk you to run errands for the big fella?
We don't discuss the big fella, Gordy.
Oh, no? Well, that's too bad, because I'm interested in the big fella. I think about it.
You shouldn't, Gordy. He isn't wise.
Well, I'm not worried. Yeah, I've been thinking about him, and about you and Jansen here, and about me.
That's a lot of thinking for a little fellow.
Didn't you hear me say I've grown? J.T., tell you I wanted to go away?
No.
Yeah, I got a crazy idea. I wanted to go away for a while. I've changed my mind.
What changed you?
Oh, one thing and another, J.T. Things are looking better. Especially for me.
Now you don't want to go. Well.
But if you gents will excuse me, I want to check the cashier.
Go right ahead, my boy.
Yeah, you sure you don't mind, J.T.?
No, Gordy. No. See you later.
Yeah.
Lock it.
You see any change?
What did it?
I saw it happen to him once before.
Give me the rest, August.
Gordy's a guy who's got to talk. That's his failing.
Yeah.
And since he talks, you know what he's got in his mind. Gordy's changed, J.T.
Yeah, I saw.
I saw him change before, so I talked to him. I learned what made the change. This was some time back.
You talked to him this time, too?
Kate Beekman. Gordy spotted to Kate Beekman about secrets. The same way he spotted when he thought he had something on me.
Well?
This time it's you, J.T.
Me, August?
Yes, J.T. You got any secret?
We all have secrets, my boy. What do you mean?
Gordy bragged to Kate Beekman about a secret. Something on a real important guy, a big guy, or a big fellow. She didn't know what he was talking about. Do you?
That's dangerous talk.
And you know what he meant?
Yes. We'll have to stop him from talking. We'll have to stop him cold.
J.T.?
Kill him, August.
You want me to? Personally?
Yes. August.
Yeah, J.T.
Do it right away.
Sure. Oh, I'm not asking, J.T., but should I know what Gordy learned?
You don't want to know, August. Believe me, you don't want to know. See?
Yeah.
Good. I don't care how you do it, but do it clean. Do it quick. I want Gordon dead right away. Big fella and I appreciate that. Good job.
As you know, J.T. ordered Gordy's death to end the threat of J.T.'s secret. But, as we shall learn, Gordy's death can mean the beginning of tragedy and danger to a nice, innocent girl. By all means, hear Monday's important and disturbing development. It's early evening, immediately after the close of our last episode, when J.T. Doherty leaned back in his specially reinforced swivel chair, and then, after a moment of concentration, gave the order for Gordon Webber's death. As you know, Gus Jansen was named Gordy's executioner, and Gus is happy. But Gus has a problem. Gordy dead can cause trouble. The police will look and may keep looking for Gordy's killer. So Gus needs a fall guy, someone to take the rap for him. How do you think Gus Jansen's clever brain will solve his problem? Well, let's listen as Gus Jansen enters the nightclub cocktail lounge.
Hello, Gordy.
Gus! Oh, where's the redhead? I thought you were having dinner with Kate.
I sent Miss Beekman home.
Why?
I sent her home because she doesn't want to work for you.
What makes you think so?
She told me.
She didn't tell you she wants to quit because her old man don't like me?
That has something to do with it. But mainly she quit because she thinks you're a mean, overbearing, little guy. She thinks you're a jerk, Gordy.
Oh, yeah, I got
Careful, Gordy. Don't lose your temper.
Yeah, why should I lose my temper? I know what I'm talking about. Her old man is down on me, but not Kate. She likes me.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. She'll come back.
What will you do? Threaten her?
She'll come back because I... You know, I've been waiting to tell you something, Jansen.
I like it when people tell me things, Gordy.
Yeah, well, you ain't going to like this. Kate Beekman has always had a soft spot for me. But when J.T. said to let you take over, I did. I kept out of your way. Just in the spirit of cooperation, you understand? Old J.T.'s always treated me okay, so when he asks me something, I try to do it.
What?
Yeah, I'm willing to do J.T. a favor. But this time, I was wrong to let you take over with Beekman. I'm going to get J.T. to change his mind.
Yeah? How?
Well, now, that's a private matter, Jansen. You might call it a secret. Yeah, a secret. It really don't concern you. Not directly. In fact, I think I'll talk to J.T. about it.
You're wrong,
now.
Gordy. You won't talk to J.T. now because he took off.
Well, then I'll see him later.
And you're wrong when you say you'll change his mind.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll bet you Kate Beekman's back at work tomorrow.
You think a lot about her, don't you, Gordy?
Oh, Kate? Yeah, now and then.
I don't believe it. You're nuts about her. That's why you tell lies to yourself about her.
You think she likes you?
I know.
Don't make me laugh.
We're very close friends, Gordy.
Yeah?
I'm sure we are. Closer friends all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have her to dinner tomorrow night.
You mean you're taking her to dinner?
No. She's coming to my apartment.
Ah, she won't. I don't believe it.
Suit yourself. She'll be there just the same. Now, don't look so surprised. Naturally, she wouldn't come to your place. She wouldn't even walk down the street with you.
I'm telling you, Jansen, don't laugh at me.
Did she ever come to your place?
Well...
Then you try to con me into thinking she likes you.
She does.
Was she ever inside the door of your place?
I didn't ask her.
Because you know better.
No, she'd be there if I asked.
Yeah?
Look, don't call me a liar, Jansen.
Why not? You are lying. If you aren't, prove it.
Huh?
You made a great big brag. Prove it. I thought so. I'm afraid to ask her. Just a lot of hot air.
Listen, if I want to get her to my place, I could tonight.
How? Beat her over the head?
No, just by picking up the phone and asking her.
Here's $50 says you won't even pick up the phone.
I...
Put up or shut up.
Look, don't push me.
Who's pushing? Those $50? You shot off your mouth. So what about it, Gordy? You're going to cover the bet or aren't you? You're going to call her or are you chicken? Which is it, Gordy? Which?
All right, there's your 50, Mr. Jansen. And 100 more if you'll take it.
Meanwhile, inside the Beekman apartment.
Hello.
Oh, Ed, Perry Mason.
Oh, hi, Miss Mason.
Well, you sound good.
Oh, I am. If you want to know the truth, I'm sitting right on top of the world.
Congratulations on your promotion, Ed.
Thanks, Miss Mason. Means a lot to all of us.
I'm sure. Well, I got your message asking me to call you.
Oh, yes, sir.
What's on your mind, Ed?
Well, this is a kind of a secret, Mr. Mason, but I'm trying to get a house in the suburbs. Audrey's always wanted to live out of town, so now I got the dough.
Find a place?
Just what Audrey's always wanted, Mr. Mason. She's got a rose garden, but, well, there's a fly in the ointment. See, the other folks who live there have got to pass on anybody who moves in. Well, when I told them I'm general manager of Nicholas Importing, that makes them happy, but when I tell them I'm on parole...
Oh.
Well, it's okay, Mr. Mason. They're a nice bunch of folks. I don't think they're going to turn me down, but I figured it'll help to have references, so I gave them your name, among others. Is that okay?
certainly.
Well, I should have asked you first, but I want that place so bad for Audrey.
Oh, I understand. This is a secret, you know.
I'm not going to say one word to Audrey until it goes through.
Oh, where's she now?
Oh, the Neighborhood Lady Society giving her a hen party. And they're not giving it to her as the wife of the general manager of the importing company. They're being nice to Aud because she's Aud.
Huh?
I'm a lucky guy, Mr. Mason. Honest, I'm scared to pinch myself or I'll wake up. I keep telling myself it's all come true, but it's funny. The guy starts watching his step when the brakes start coming his way. You know what I mean?
I think so.
I walk like I'm walking on eggs. I keep thinking, if only something don't happen now.
Pa.
Oh, Katie just came home. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mason.
Oh, you're welcome, Ed. Say hello to Kate for me.
Yes, sure thing.
Pa.
In here, Katie. Hey, what are you doing home this time of night?
Aren't you glad to see me?
Oh, you know I am, babe.
Oh, I don't think you are. I think you're angry.
Oh, you do? Well, you just try to make me mad. Go ahead, try.
Well, I think it's going to rain.
Let it rain.
And I heard the landlord refuses to paint this building.
A mere trifle?
You're not mad yet?
Uh-uh.
Then I'll tell you this. I quit my job at the nightclub.
You wouldn't kid your old man.
No.
You mean it, Kate?
Yes.
When?
Right now. I've already quit. Are you glad, Pa?
Glad? Honey, yeah, baby. I'm real glad. Look, I'm going to get my coat and then we'll walk down and tell Mother, okay?
Uh-huh.
She'll start walking home in a minute. We'll meet her and tell her, all right?
Of course.
You're not too tired?
No, I haven't been working.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be right back.
All right. Hello?
Hello, Kate? Hey, your phone's been busy for the past 10 minutes.
Mr. Weber.
Yeah, huh? I want to see you.
No.
Now, wait a minute.
I won't see you or talk to you. I don't work for you anymore. I told my father I quit my job.
You tell him you've been working for me?
I told him I quit, and I have. Gus Jansen said... Well, never mind what Mr. Jansen told me, but if you ever phone me again, I will tell Mr. Jansen...
Well, that's just why I want to see you.
What?
To tell you about Mr. Jansen.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean you let that guy pull the wool over your eyes. I mean it, Katie. I'm telling you this for your own good.
I don't believe it.
You mean you don't want to believe it? I can prove Gus Jansen's the worst enemy you ever had.
That's ridiculous.
Well, then why don't you let me prove it? Look, run over to my place a minute. I'm in the Graydon apartment building, D Street, just off Palm. I'll prove things about Jansen.
I'm not going to...
And about your old man.
Huh?
Yeah. You think he's going great, huh? General manager of Nicholas Importing Company.
How did you know?
Never mind, I know. And I know something else. Something your old man would give it eye teeth to know.
About Pa?
Yeah. Now, you beat it over to my place. I'll be waiting for you.
I'm not going to. I'm going to hang up.
What's the matter, Kate? You scared to learn the truth about Gus Jansen, huh? You scared to hear what I can tell you about your old man, is that it? Well, if you are, then maybe you better hang up.
Well, you know why Gus Jansen needled Gordy Weber. You know why Gus wants Kate Beekman to go to Gordy's apartment. So you also know Kate Beekman is about to make the decision which will affect her entire life. What do you think the bewildered girl will do? We'll learn tomorrow. So by all means, join us, won't you? Weber is a doomed man. Crime boss J.T. Doherty passed sentence on Gordy, assigned August Jansen to be Gordy's executioner. And as you know, Gus Jansen hopes to arrange it so Kate Beekman will be blamed for the murder. A few moments ago, Gus spoke to the man he plans to kill. Gus needled Gordy into phoning Kate Beekman. And as you know, Gordy took the bait. Gordy did phone the girl. Told her it's urgently important for her to come to his apartment. Now it's 9 at night. Immediately after Gordy phoned Kate, as in the Beekman home.
Who was on the phone, Katie?
What, Pa?
I say, who was on the phone?
Oh, a wrong number.
Must have been an awful wrong number. They talk long enough.
Pa.
Come on. Get your coat, baby. What time is it?
Just after 9.
Well, your mother said the hen party would break up about 9:30, so you and I can stop and get a nice clean soda, huh? Or should we wait till we meet Mother and we all have one?
Pa,
Here's someplace.
What's someplace?
Oh, I got a government form to mail tonight.
Oh.
Here it is. Now, all I got to do is find the stamps. You got any stamps?
No. Please, Pa.
Baby, as general manager of Nicholas Importing Company, it's my responsibility to get this mailed in time. Hey, where would your mother put the stamps, huh?
Probably in the desk.
Desk, when you say so.
Well, I don't know they're in the desk, Pa.
Sure, here they are. What do they make that glue at? No, don't tell me. I'm better off not knowing. Okay, what are you waiting for? You haven't even put on your coat?
Well, I'm not going to.
No. Well, maybe it's warm enough for you, kid, but your old man is getting old.
Oh, Pa, you aren't. You look younger than you used to.
Well, you want to know the truth, Katie? I feel like a kid. It's like I told Mr. Mason when he called a while ago.
Oh?
Yeah, that's why I asked you who called. I thought he might have phoned back.
It wasn't Mr. Mason. What did you tell him, Pa?
Huh? Oh, well, I guess you know I've been a real lucky guy. I'm the number 2 man in the company, and Mr. Nicholas gave me his word. It won't be long before he steps out and I take over. Anyhow, I told Mr. Mason I keep expecting somebody to tap me on the shoulder and say, "Wake up, bud. Dream is over."
Oh, it's no dream, Pa. And you haven't just been lucky. You've earned it all.
No. Earned the promotion, maybe, but I didn't earn my family. Katie, it's going to make your mother awful happy when I tell her you quit your job.
Pa.
I know you told us the job was okay and they treated you nice, but just the same, we kind of worried. But that's all behind us. Come on, let's go tell her.
Pa, I don't think I'll go.
You said you'd walk with me.
Well, I don't think I will, if you don't mind. I'm tired. More tired than I realized.
Well, sure, baby. It's up to you.
Thanks, Pa.
The only thing is, I know how I felt when you told me you quit that nightclub job. I wanted you to tell Mother yourself.
Can't you tell her, Pa?
Oh, sure. You bet I will. I wish I could tell her all of it.
What?
I think we're going to get that house, baby.
Oh, Pa.
I'm not certain.
But you think so?
Uh-huh. With Mr. Mason's help, it's almost in the bag. But I won't tell your mother until the papers are signed and sealed. I keep expecting that guy to tap me on the shoulder.
I don't see how you can keep it a secret.
Guy walking behind me helps.
Oh, Pa, nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder. Is it the house you told me about?
It's got a rose garden.
Oh, Mom's always wanted a rose garden.
Plenty of room for you and Sister and Timmy. Wait till you see the room your ma and I have. It's big. It's as big as this living room. It's bigger. Of course, that's the master bedroom, and you're looking at the master. You know? You sure you don't feel like walking to meet Mother?
You go ahead. I'm going to bed real early.
All right. You know best, kid. Give your old man a hug. Good night. Good night, honey.
Good night. Please send a taxi to 8118 Morrell Street. And I'm in a very big hurry, so if you can send one immediately. Oh, I'm going to the Graydon apartment. Yes, the Graydon. Thank you. Oh, I can see Gordy and get back before Pa and Ma come home. Pa will never know I saw Gordy. I can't let him know. Pa!
Yeah? Remember me?
Aren't you going to walk Ma home?
Huh? Oh, sure, but I waltzed right out of here and didn't take the report with me.
Oh.
What did I do with it?
You had it,
I know I had it. I put stamps on it, honey, and then I stuck it in my pocket. I take the prize. There it is in my pocket.
Oh.
Said you, Katie, if I keep on like this, the guy who taps me on the shoulder will have a straitjacket. You ever hear about the guy who was so happy he went crazy, baby?
No.
When you were looking at him. Sure you won't change your mind? No?
You understand, Pa?
Sure. Go right to sleep, baby.
He's happy. For the first time since he came home, he's... Oh, I'm so sorry I had to lie to him. But I'm going to see that he stays happy.
Meanwhile, in the office of Attorney Perry Mason.
And I feel that the above explains the position of client thoroughly, very truly yours, etc., etc.
You want some more coffee, Stella?
Oh, I need something to keep me awake.
The company or the
Oh,
hour?
neither. It's those fascinating letters you dictate, Counselor.
I dictate very good letters.
Party of the second part referred to here, and after is the second part together with the party of the third part.
You want to see who's the party at the door?
Somebody knock? I'll be glad of any diversion.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, come in.
What'd you call me?
Never mind, Paul. Della is sleepy.
Oh, that's too bad. I took a chance you guys were working late. I've been working myself. I'm still working.
Now?
Yes. I'm Paul Drake, head of the Drake Detective Agency. I'd like to ask you people a few questions, such as, I thought Ed Beekman's old cellmate is named Gordon Weber.
He is?
And I thought Gordon Weber, called Gordy, is a skunk.
Well, you had experience with him, Paul.
Yeah, Gordy's a skunk. Ed Beekman knows he's a skunk, right? Well, now I'm going to tell you about a piece of brilliant detective work.
Yours, of course.
Naturally. I went over all the records of your investigation of the auto theft syndicate. And for some reason, I got to thinking about the nightclub near where the syndicate guy was killed. I just had one of those hunches that every brilliant investigator gets from time to time. I won't try to explain to the layman.
It isn't necessary. I distinctly remember Perry suggesting you look into that nightclub.
Oh, go away and don't bother me, will you, dear?
Go ahead, Paul.
Well, let's get back to Gordy Weber.
If you have a reason.
I've got a reason. As I understand it, Ed Beekman's daughter knows good and well what kind of a guy Gordy is. Also, Kate knows how her old man feels about Gordy. With reason, of course. Well, I took a look at that nightclub.
Kate works there.
She has been. She quit today. But she has been working there for months. Gordy Weber manages that club, Perry.
You mean you just started to?
No.
But Kate quit her job.
Not because Gordy's manager. He's been manager for months. Kate's been working for him for months.
Are you positive it's the same Weber, Paul?
I didn't see him. He's out of the club tonight, but the description fits and the address. Weber lives in the Graydon Apartments, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I don't know why she's been working for him. Of course, I don't know yet if Weber has a tie-in with the auto theft syndicate, but I thought I'd tell you about Kate Beekman and Gordy Weber. I can't figure it out, Farrell. Oh, I know she's a young, headstrong kid, but... Well, I'm leaving it in your lap. I'll see you people.
The discovery Paul made was inevitable. Sooner or later, it was certain to be revealed Kate worked for Gordy. But what do you think will be the effect of the discovery now? I can promise shocking and dramatic developments in the immediate future. So you'll join us tomorrow, won't you? It's 9:15 at night, immediately after the close of our last episode, when Perry Mason learned Kate Beekman had been working for months in the nightclub managed by Gordy Weber. Well, that's an important discovery, but as you know, an infinitely more shocking event is scheduled to occur tonight. You know Gordon Weber is slated for death this night. And you know, as the moment of Gordy's death approaches, young, innocent Kate Beekman is heading for the doomed man's apartment. Kate's mother and father, too, are on the brink of a stunning, sickening surprise. Now, of course, this night that in a little while is going to explode in violence is quiet now, as Kate's mother and father return to the Beekman apartment.
Well, here we are, Gordy.
Oh, it's such a pretty night. I hate to go in.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. Ain't much of a place to come home to.
Oh, don't say that, Ed. It's nice.
Yeah.
It is. We've been happy here. Well, been happy most of the time.
There's no house outside of town with trees and a lot of room and a rose garden.
No, but...
And it's not such a hot place for the wife of the general manager of Nicholas Importing. Now, don't tell me you turned down a better place. I mean, if a better place should happen to come along.
Have to be a lot better. Oh, we have been happy here most of the time.
How do you feel now, Odie?
Ed, I just... You know how I feel. And now you tell me Kate's quit her job in the nightclub. It's almost too much. Oh, I'm glad she's out of there. Wait. Don't turn on the radio till I see if she's awake. Katie?
She asleep?
I'm going in and tell her good night.
I'm going to put on some milk for hot chocolate, huh?
Honey? Honey, are you... Kate? Well, she hasn't been to bed. Ed? Ed, come here.
Lordy, you will wake her up if you keep... Where is she? I thought...
Oh, look, here's a note on her pillow.
Well, read it.
Dear Mom and Dad, in case you come home early and find me gone, Florence phoned and asked me to help her fit a dress. I'll be back real early.
All this excitement about a little thing like that.
What excitement?
You want to know the truth, Mrs. Beekman? Your husband was excited? I must be getting jumpy. I put some milk on for you, too. Well, that's probably Kate phoning now.
I'll answer it. Hello?
Oh, hello, Audrey.
Oh, is it Mr. Mason?
Yes. How are you?
Oh, fine.
Good. May I speak to Ed, please?
Hey, Ord, who you talking to?
Mr. Mason, he wants to speak to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, take a look at the milk, will you, Audie? It's getting hotter.
Yeah. Ask Mr. Mason to drop by.
Yeah, all right. Hello, Mr. Mason.
Yes, Ed. Those people spoke to me about the house.
Yeah, Mr. Mason. And?
Well, they want you to have it. Ed?
I'm right here, Mr. Mason. I'm wobbly, but I'm here.
You didn't have any real doubts, did you?
I'm just like a kid at Christmas, only I've had one Christmas after another. Thanks a whole lot, Mr. Mason.
Oh, I'm very happy for you, Ed. Now, you going to tell Audrey about her house with the rose garden? Oh, why?
I'm not going to breathe a word to Ord till the papers are signed and sealed, including the mortgage, of course, but thanks for giving me the good news, Mr. Mason.
Uh-huh. Oh, Ed, is Kate around?
Well, she's gone out to help her girlfriend fit a dress. Why?
Well, I wanted to ask her a couple of questions about someone she worked for at one time.
Oh? Say, she quit her job in the nightclub.
Oh? Fine. Ask her to phone me, will you, at my office tonight or tomorrow?
Sure thing. Good night, Mr. Mason.
Good night, Ed.
What was it, Ed?
Huh? Oh, he just wanted to talk.
What?
You don't have to spill the chocolate, Audie. What's so surprising that a real important lawyer phones the general manager of Nicholas Importing Company?
Just to talk.
Yes, sure. You know, I may throw some business his way one of these times.
You. Come on, here's your chocolate.
All right, thanks. He's a real wonderful guy, Audie. Been awful good to us.
Did you ask him to come by?
No.
Well, why not?
I'd ask him to come to this stump.
Ed. Now, I won't have you talk like that about our home. I'm sorry, it's not good enough for you.
Hey, I don't care where I live, Audie, but I want something nicer for you.
Any place is nice enough as long as we're together.
Thanks, Audie.
Move over. I want to sit down by you.
All right, I'll let you.
Hey, what's this? This magazine, where'd this come from?
Well, I just happened to pick that up here. I'll move it to you.
Well, since when do you read Modern Homes and Gardens?
Well, it's got a picture in there I like. Kind of place you always talked about. Place outside of town, great big yard, and trees. A lot of trees. It's got a rose garden, too.
Oh, a rose garden.
Yeah, out by the back fence, a white picket fence. Real nice, Audie. This picture I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Real nice place, Audie. Just the kind of place you always wanted. Ord, if there was a chance, if there ever was a chance I could get it for you, I wouldn't dare tell you unless I was sure. Not until I could hand you the key to the front door.
Aw. It isn't fair, Ed. Don't you know a woman wants to dream?
I've handed you too many busted dreams, Odie.
Oh.
I just hope and pray the man don't tap me on my shoulder and bust this one. You know, I keep expecting the guy to tap me on the shoulder and say, "Wake up, bud."
Oh. Well, somebody's at the door.
Odie, I'm scared to answer it. I'm scared to see who it is. Listen to me. Probably Kate. She must have forgot her key. Well, you forgot your key. We didn't call a cab.
Who is it?
The cab driver. You've got the wrong place, driver.
Does a girl named Kate Beekman live here?
Yeah. What's happened?
Oh, nothing, mister. I picked her up here a few minutes ago. Then a couple blocks away, I skin fended with another hack. The girl got out of my cab and took another, but she dropped this little purse in my cab, so I brought it back where I picked her up. She was a real nice kid. Hate to have her lose her purse. Got $13 in it.
Oh. Well, I'm her father.
Well, I guess you are, mister, but the dispatcher says I gotta see identification.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's my wallet.
But Florence lives only 2 blocks away. Wonder why Kate took a taxi.
Oh, she probably went. Yeah.
This is okay, mister. It says here you're general manager of an importing company. I guess $13 don't mean anything to you.
Well, I taught my daughter to have better sense than take a cab for only 2 blocks.
Oh, she went further than that, mister. Let's see. Oh, yeah. She wanted to go to the Graydon Apartments.
Oh?
Yeah, that was it, the Graydon. Well, see you, folks. Sure got a nice girl. Yes, sir, she's real nice.
Ed, I don't understand it. We don't know anybody in the Graydon. Why would Kate... Ed.
I do.
Ed, what are you...
The Graydon? Yeah, the Graydon. Gordy Weber lives in the Graydon.
Gordy. But Kate wouldn't
I'll
go...
find out.
Ed, hundreds of people live in the
One
Graydon.
guy I know. I gotta find out on it.
Ed, now look, if you go there, there'll be trouble. Think of your job. Now
I'm thinking of Katie.
Think of all of us.
You listen to me, Odie. She's under the same roof with him, and Kate lied to him.
But she wouldn't go to Gordy.
Well, if she ain't with him, okay. But if she is with him...
Ed, come back.
Hey, driver! Driver!
Ed, come back!
Ed Beekman's daughter is almost to Gordy Weber's apartment. Now, Ed Beekman is heading for Gordy's apartment where, in a few short minutes, Gordon Weber is slated to die. You'll join us tomorrow, won't you? It's 9:30 at night. And so far, this clear spring night is calm and quiet. But, as you know, a storm of savage violence is brewing. As you know, that storm is going to break any moment. And though he can have no inkling of what is about to occur, no hint of the explosion that's going to affect his life, too, Perry Mason is vaguely disturbed as he stands at the window in his office far above the city.
Harry? You worried about Kate Beekman?
Yes.
I just don't understand it either. Unless Paul Drake is wrong.
No, Della. Paul only makes mistakes in his expense accounts. Kate Beekman has been working in the nightclub managed by Gordon Weber. She's been working there for months.
She knows what kind of man Gordy Weber is. She knows how her father feels about Gordy. Well, at least she did quit her job.
Yeah.
You going to tell her folks, Chief?
Kate deserves the chance to tell them herself.
You know what her father's going to say. I'll get that.
No, I've got it. Yes?
Mr. Mason?
Yes, who's this?
Audrey Beekman.
Oh, yes, Audrey.
Mr. Mason, something's happened. Oh, it might. I'm scared.
Well, what, Audrey? Audrey, just take time to tell it to me straight.
Well, Kate went out tonight. Said she was going to a girlfriend's, but a cab driver brought her purse back.
What?
She took a taxi and she dropped her purse. The driver brought it back and said she went to the Graydon apartment building.
The Graydon?
That's where Gordy Weber lives. You remember?
Yes, I know.
Ed's gone, Mr. Mason.
To the Graydon?
Yes. When Ed heard she was at the Graydon, he left. His face, it scared me to look at him. I couldn't make him listen.
All right, now when did he leave?
Just a minute ago. A couple of minutes. I was so upset I dialed the wrong number. Oh, Mr. Mason, I know Kate isn't with Gordy, but if Ed sees Gordy, if he even sees him, I'm scared. Ed, I was scared of him. He's like a crazy man.
All right, now, Audrey, listen to me and do just exactly as I say.
Yes, sir.
As soon as I hang up, phone the Drake Detective Agency. Now, you've met Paul Drake.
Yes.
He knows you. Tell him that I said to phone Gordy and warn him to tell Weber if Kate is there to get her out immediately, and Weber is to get out of sight and stay out of sight. Do you have that?
Yes, sir.
Now, listen. If for any reason you cannot reach Mr. Drake, phone Gordy yourself, but don't get rattled. Now, it'll take Ed at least 15 minutes, probably more, to reach the Graydon apartments. Meanwhile, I'll go out there and try to stop Ed before he gets inside. But don't waste time, Audrey. And don't get rattled, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Della, let's go. And hurry. But meanwhile, on the 7th floor of the Graydon apartment building, a waitress and her sweetheart, a bellboy, had been engrossed in close conversation. Now they spring apart as the elevator stops at the 7th floor. The waitress and her sweetheart watch a very lovely red-haired girl step out of the elevator and...
Jimmy.
Just kidding, baby. She's not half as pretty as you.
She is. She's real pretty. What beautiful red hair. She looks like a nice girl.
She's okay, I guess. Yes, ma'am?
Could you tell me the number of Mr. Weber's apartment?
Mr. Weber? Gordy Weber?
Yes, please.
You want Mr. Weber's apartment?
Why, yes.
Wow.
We don't know.
What?
We don't know. I don't remember any Mr. Weber. Do you, Jimmy?
Well,
Don't you work here?
Oh, yes, but, you see, Jimmy's only started working here. I work down in the coffee shop. My customers don't introduce themselves. I'm just as glad. You can meet some awful jerks in a place like this, even if you know what I mean.
Well, I thank you just the same.
If I were you, I wouldn't even look for him. You must have the wrong building.
No, this is the place. And I've got to see him. Well, I'll look at the names on the doors until I find his apartment.
What's the pitch, Marion? I don't get it.
Well, you know Gordy Weber, and that's a nice girl. I know she is.
709, Mr. Gillum. 711. Mr. Gordon Weber.
Oh, hello, Katie. I almost gave up on you.
My taxi was in an accident.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Get on in. You didn't get hurt in the accident, did you, Katie? Huh? You need mercurochrome or iodine or something? Well, how about a drink? I'm having a drink.
No, thank you, Mr. Weber.
Katie, you and me all alone in my apartment? You're going to call me Gordy, aren't you?
No, Mr. Weber. And I don't want a drink. You said you had something to tell me about Mr. Jansen and my father.
Uh-huh. Okay, Miss Beekman. You call me Mr. Weber, I'll call you Miss Beekman. For now. And now I want another drink.
Please don't, Mr. Weber. I think you've had enough.
Look, Miss Beekman, nobody tells Gordy what to do. Nobody. Not anymore. I got the secrets.
What?
I said, I'm the boy with the secrets. Go on, look around the place while I drink my drink. Over there's a dining room, then the kitchen, and that one goes to the bedroom. And this is another bedroom.
Mr. Weber, if you have anything to tell me, go ahead and tell me.
Mr. Weber. Look, I've known you a long time, Katie, a long time. I've watched you grow up, kind of. Girl your age, she don't get any taller, but she changes. Little changes. You only notice them if you look close. Huh. I've looked close.
Mr. Weber.
Mr. Weber. You've known me a long time, gorgeous. It's time we got to be friends.
Get away from
Come
me.
here, Katie.
If you touch me, I'll scream.
Well, go ahead. The place next door is empty. The guy on the other side is on a trip. Come here, Katie. Now, don't be scared, gorgeous. Don't back away from me. Okay. Keep dodging me. You've been dodging me since I knew you. It's okay for Gus Jansen to get close to you. You like Gus, huh?
He doesn't get drunk. Gus doesn't
he don't get drunk, huh? That makes me laugh. Listen, Katie. Okay, maybe I'm a little drunk. But I'm going to stay between you and the front door. See? Hey, come back. Come back. You come out of there, I tell you. Come out of there. Okay, there's no phone in that bedroom. You hear me, baby? There's no phone in there. I'm going to beat this door down. You hear that? I'm going to beat it down. Just wait till I find something to... Wait. What are you doing in here? All right, I'm warning you. I'm going to let you have it if you don't get out of here. I'm telling you, I'm going to let you have it. I told you the last time. Okay, you asked for it. Oh, stop it! Will you break my arm? Stop it! All right, listen. Leave the knife on the floor, will you? You don't need a knife. Listen to me, will you? Listen. Look, don't do it. Don't, will you? Wait a minute. Listen, I got dough. I got dough stashed away. Anybody can use dough. Will you stop looking like that? Listen, will you? Listen. My phone's ringing. Look, let me answer the phone. You watch me. I won't try anything. See? See, I'm just going to ooch over and answer the phone. Oh, don't, will you? Don't.
On one side of that bedroom door stands a white-faced, terrified girl. And on the other side lies... You know what's on the other side. Join us tomorrow, won't you?